Alright everybody, so as promised, here's the video on rehashing. Basically, rehashing is sort of a different technique when you come across a time when you can't insert an element. So basically, if you come across an element that won't fit using the type of hashing that you're doing, whether it's linear probing or quadratic probing or open hashing or double hashing, whatever you're using, you're going to have to rehash. So by rehashing, all you're going to do is you're going to make a new table that's twice the size of the original and then some. What I mean by and then some is it's not a set number. You're going to have to multiply it by 2 and then keep incrementing by 1 until you reach a prime number, and the indices will be from 0 to prime minus 1. That means if you were, let's say, modding by 12, you would then have to make it twice the size. If you came across an element that you couldn't put in, you'd then have to make it twice the size, so 12 times 2 is obviously 24. And then you have to keep incrementing it till it's prime. 24 is not prime, because 23 is prime, but 24 is not. 25 is not, 26 is not, 27 is not, 28 is not, but 29 is prime, which means you would have a table that would be, whoa, that is really big. You would have a table that goes from 0 all the way to 28, prime minus 1. And that's how you make your sort of second table. Now, that's how you make the table, but that's not the end of the rehash. With the rehash, what you're going to have to do is you're then going to have to calculate a new sequence, sort of a new order to put the numbers in. It's really, really simple, but it relies on you making the first table. So with that in mind, we're then going to have to use the new sequence to insert the new numbers into the larger table, and then we're going to have to deal with collisions. If there's a collision, you're basically just going to try the cell right below or the cell right above it, and that should pretty much always take care of it. I've never come across a scenario when it doesn't, and if you do come across that scenario, I'm not really entirely sure what to do myself, because that was never something that I was taught, at least not in this course. So with that in mind, let's give it a shot. Alright, so we're going to show the result of hashing these numbers using quadratic hashing. If you haven't watched my video on quadratic hashing, please do so, because I'm not going to explain how I'm doing this part. We're going to mod by 5 and rehash if necessary. Since this is obviously about rehashing, we will have to rehash. But there will be cases where you don't necessarily have to do that. So, 19. If we mod 19 by 5, 19 goes into the 4 slot. 50 modded by 5 will go into the 0 slot, and 89 should go into the 4 slot. The 4 slot's filled, so we go 1 over. That's full, so we then try 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 89 can go right there. Then we try 39. Now you'll note, since obviously this is rehashing, 39 won't fit. So we try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go back up, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you'll note 39 will never fit. So basically from there, what we're going to do is we're then going to make a table that's twice the size, and then some. Now you'll note that I just sort of put that there, but the way you figure it out is you've got 5, that's what you're modding it by, so 5 times 2 is obviously going to give you